Hey everybody, before I get started with reviewing this car, I just want to say I'm sorry I haven't been posting at all except for my one video. My family is not connected to cars in any way, so we really don't get that many new cars at our house, and when we do, they're there for like a day and I don't have enough time to study up on them, which I'm not saying I'm studied up on this one, but I think I'm going to do a video on it anyways. This is my brother's 2008 Mercury Milan Premier all-wheel drive. Yep, this is it. My brother just turned 14 a few months ago, and my parents bought him this car. It has had an interesting life. When we got it, the first thing it did when we brought it home was it didn't start. And we soon realized that the battery was a piece of crap in it. And then, once we got the battery fixed, the tires were very, very, very bad, to the point where riding on the inside was so noisy that my mom would get headaches whenever she would ride in it. Once we got new tires for it, the next thing we did was realize that it needed a new water pump. The old one wasn't bad yet, but the mechanic said it was showing signs of being weak. Let's take a look at it now. The outside color, as you can tell, is white. The official name is Oxford white, I believe. It had some rust on it when we got it. My brother got it fixed. Well, my mom and dad got it fixed for my brother, because they didn't want it to spread. It was in a really weird place. I think it was right. Yep, you can see where it got touched up. It got dinged right there, and then it started to rust. So then they took it in and they got that fixed. It's got remote lock, unlock, panic, and trunk release. The inside, it's got black and cream leather seats with black and cream like everywhere around the whole car, as you can see. Seats are pretty comfortable. Debatably more comfortable than my Grand Am seats, but pretty solid startup. It's got a little screen up there to give you various bits of information: trip A, trip B, miles till empty, average miles, I believe, the average speed, the time for trip 1 and 2, and just turning it off, as well as a compass and your mileage reader. It's got 31,027 miles right now. It's a bit much. The mileage doesn't really matter. It's been taken kind of good care of. It runs for what my brother needs it to do. No engine lights. There used to be one. We got it fixed. Over here, I think this was an option. It's got the mahogany wood trim across the dash here. Bits and pieces of it. I think it could have come with just a black overlay, but this one did come with the mahogany trim. Here, I believe these were in the Fusions as well as the Lincoln variant of this car, whatever the heck its name is, with these little clocks. Instead of having a clock on the radio, they had a physical one right there. Traction control off, hazard switch, and passenger airbag off. Here's the radio. I think this is the fully loaded one except for sync. This car does not come with sync. I think it was an option, but this one did not come with it. Turn it on, it's set to satellite 1. I think my brother was driving around my grandparents in it, and so they probably wanted to listen to some old music. I don't know. 6-disc CD changer, as well as MP3 input, which is right here. Follow it in there. Plugs in the console, and then routes out here to plug into your phone. Down here, it's got the digital climate control. It's not dual zone, but it is what it is. I think it's higher than the base. I think the base one was just some knobs. I'm not really sure. Here's a spot for your change and a power outlet. And the shifter, which is chrome and black, and whatever this is missing. And another quirk this car has is you don't even have to put your foot on the brake, and you can wiggle it out of gear and you start moving, which I think is a little dumb. The mechanism is just broken because I believe it did have the brake shift interlock, but I don't know, might be connected to this, who knows. Here is my little brother's favorite feature. It is the mood light thingy. I don't really know. You hit it to turn it from off and it goes to white, to orange, red, blue, yellow, dark blue, and pink, and then off. Not only does it do that there, but it also does it on the other side, as well as down there, and in the cup holders. Pretty cool feature for what it is. Kinda useless, but it'll impress your friends. Steering wheel is leather wrapped with some brushed silver around the buttons there. Smooth power steering. It's got cruise controls there, and volume and radio controls there. It's got automatic headlights, which are HID with HID fogs. Let's go ahead and turn those on with the fog lights on. And I think this is how long... Oh, excuse me. This is how bright or dim your interior lights are. Windows, power mirrors, power door locks. And now let's take a look at the outside. I think I forgot to mention, the Milan comes with LED tail lights and brake lights, because I believe that one is LED too, as well as parking assist sensors down here at the bottom. This scratch is from the previous owner. They had a bike rack on here and didn't install it correctly, or maybe that's just what they do, the bike racks to the bumper, I don't know. 17-inch aluminum wheels with tons of spokes. I think it's got 14. Behind the wheels we have anti-lock disc brakes along with traction control. Down the side there is a singular bar going across there along with a Milan emblem, and the mirror has a puddle light on it, which is unfortunately very dirty. Gas cap, pretty dirty. We live on gravel, way out of town from like everybody, so we do a lot of gravel driving. It's no wonder why there's a ton of gravel in there. A small subtle spoiler coming across the back, color matched. Pretty nice. The tail, or the third brake light, is actually connected to the spoiler. Down below here it's got a black diffuser with two chrome split exhaust pipes. Let's take a look under the hood. Underneath here, I think is powered by a 3.0 V6. Ford put this in a lot of their cars. I think it made an appearance in a ton of Tauruses, as well as the Sables and the Fusion, and which I believe has been around since the 80s. Ford no longer uses it, but this 08 Milan does use it. The other options for engines were a small 4-cylinder engine, and in later years the Milan got a hybrid engine. Up on the roof here it has a sunroof as well as the radio antenna. Top for the sun visors, we have driver and passenger sun visors, as well as mirrors. Both of them are lit. Little lights up here. A spot for storing your sunglasses. And a sunroof. Automatic. It's not one of the cool ones that goes on top of the roof, because this one slides underneath the roof, but it's a sunroof. It's still pretty nice. It's got the tilting feature as well. You press it and the back end tips up so that it's not all the way open, but it allows some airflow while the car is parked or while you are driving, so it looks kind of cool. Back seat also has two-tone leather. Pretty comfortable in here. I moved the front seat back because I'm 6'1" and it's hard to even sit up there when you're that tall, so I had to move it all the way back. So legroom back here isn't great. Over there it's pretty good because that seat is moved way forward. It's got just a single power window switch. Down below it has a speaker. I previously mentioned the mood light feature also carries over to the passenger footwells. Over here, it's got an armrest. These things never really stay in, they always fall out when you flip it up. Yeah, it works. Dome light up here, middle one turns on when you open a door. These two are both controllable for the rear passengers. Two more speakers in the back there. Chrome window pillars. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trunk. Trunk release button is right by the headlights. And back here my brother's just got some random junk, a blanket, another blanket. My mom goes to a lot of football games in this car, so yeah, she takes the blankets with them because the South Dakota weather is kind of bad. Let's go ahead and rev it up a little bit. It's got a rev limiter around 3,500 RPM. Doesn't sound too bad. Sounds like every other 3.0 V6. And driver and passenger tweeters. Forgot to mention the driver's seat is semi-power. Power back, forth, up, down, and tilt with manual lumbar, manual recline, and seat heat, which is turned on. Middle is off, down is low, and up is high. The other seat over here, however, is completely manual, except this one also has a heated seat. Glove box. Got some toilet paper in there, as well as registration and the owner's manual. Well, let's shut it off. I think I should add another thing you can do with this keypad is obviously punch in your code to unlock it, but after you do that, you can hit the number 3 and it'll unlock the rest of the doors. And when you're leaving, if you don't have the keys in your pocket but you still want to lock your car, hit 8 and 9 together and it locks the doors. Well, that's all today for the review on my brother's 2008 Mercury Milan. Hope you enjoyed it.